What's going on? This your boy Corey, man, owner of Geeks Clothing Company and host of Geeks to Masters. This is the Geeks 1% Club.
We don't accept it. Well, that is, we reject it. Yeah. Geek gang. Geek gang. This that Geeks 1% Club. You can't sit with us, step up. Big brain, big data, big dub.
What's going on? What's going on, good people? This your boy Corey, man. Hey, this is the first episode, the first installment of the Geeks 1% Club. So, this is going to be the platform for all things geeks. Anything visual dealing with the clothing brand, any Geekster Master interviews where I talk to some of the dopest entrepreneurs, some of the dopest artists, some of the dopest creators, period. And of course, Geeks 1% Club. Now, I know y'all been seeing the shirts, the posts, everything, and probably wonder what is the Geeks 1% Club. Well, I wanted to create a central hub, I wanted to streamline everything geeks, for one. For two, I wanted to create a platform where I could just kind of talk to my geeks, man, talk to my people, talk to the like-minded individuals that are out there that see life the way I see it. Maybe you don't see it the exact same way, but some of the principles and, some of the things that we talk about on this platform, maybe you agree with. Maybe you can see something similar in my mission. And that's my goal, to find like-minded individuals that kind of look at life a little different. They refuse to conform. They don't follow that sheep mentality, that whole, hey, this what the world say, this is what I'm gonna go with. Nah, they think for themselves. They dive deep. Those are the kind of people I want to be in touch with. Them the kind of people I want in my corner. So if this video reaches you, if you seeing this right now, and you feel where I'm coming from, this the platform for you, man. So like, subscribe, share, make sure you always know what's going on with this page, because we ain't gonna do nothing but talk truth and facts on this one. Speaking of this episode, man, I wanted to cover something that I kind of just think about all the time. I think probably other people think about it too, and it applies to myself and just other people that's trying to do something great. And the question is, why don't most people become exceptional? Most people don't reach that level of success they want to hit. And it's an interesting thing, because it's a lot of things that I think contribute to this mentality, to this whole ideal of not reaching your goals. You know what I'm saying? And I think one of the biggest things is we get too comfortable. We get too comfortable, man. We get in that comfort zone and we make it a home. You know what I'm saying? We don't leave it. And I understand, comfort zone is safety. You know what I'm saying? When you in your comfort zone, you feel most alive. You feel most confident. You feel safe, like I say. It's familiar. You know what I'm saying? No surprises. No mystery. I get it, man. The comfort zone is where it's at. But when you are an entrepreneur, when you're a creator, when you're a thinker, you got to understand that that comfort zone is kind of a dream killer. And I'm going to explain what I mean. Like, it kind of suffocates your ambition. You know what I'm saying? When you stuck in your comfort zone, everything is too easy. And as an entrepreneur, as a thinker, as a creator, you need some hardship. You need some resistance. You need some trial and tribulation, so to say. You need some things that's gonna create character. That's gonna build that skill set. Because you gonna run into more problems. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna just be one or two. You gonna run into problems along the journey, and you got to be able to solve them. You got to be quick on your feet. You got to be an accumulated skills that'll get you through any situation. A universal skill set. And I think that's obtained by like going through things. You know what I'm saying? Stepping out that comfort zone. Challenging yourself. Always making sure you sharp. So I say it's important to get out that comfort zone. There's different ways to do it. It ain't gonna be something that's easy. Start small. But just start paying attention and trying to intentionally guide yourself out of your comfort zone And I think you'll be well off. You know what I'm saying? I think you'll be more well off, man. Um, Another thing I think that contributes to this is social conditioning. You feel me? Like, we had this thing as humans, man. We all, collectively out here operating, trying to get things done. Um, but individually, we are influenced by the things around us, the people around us, the circumstances, and it's a conditioning that takes place that kind of morphs your way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? It kind of like it influences you in a way that the masses are thinking, and I think that that's something that we got to break off. We got to break away from, because if you're not thinking for yourself, man, if you're not forming organic thought, if you're not allowing that to happen, if you're not creating an arena to allow that to happen, then what's gonna happen is you just gonna be regurgitating and repeating everything you see, everything you absorbing from the outside. Social media, TV, like I say, people you hang around, experiences you put yourself in, all of these things shape and mold the way you think. And if you don't allow yourself to build your own mind, you know what I'm saying? Figure out exactly how your mind works and how it creates and how it forms thought, then you're going to be out here regurgitating. You're going to just be copying and pasting. I see it a lot, you know what I'm saying? And it's actually become one of these things that people accept as like a method, a method. I see a lot of creators that say, hey, just take what they doing. If it's trending, just take what they doing, you do it. And that applies to, when you posting something, different business strategies that you may apply to yours, whatever, marketing, whatever. People will copy and paste, and I get it. What works, works. Don't reinvent the wheel. But at the same time, be original, be organic. I feel like these things stick a little bit better. When you can do something and create the trend, when you can do something and change the trend, then that's when you got something. So it's good to pay attention to people that's trending and pay attention to what everybody is paying attention to. That way the best way to apply your methods and what you're doing. But at the same time, don't pay attention so much to the point where you morph into them. That's not what you want. You want originality, you want uniqueness, you want organic thought. I feel like that's going to take you further than anything else, man. Another thing I feel like kind of contributes to this is, like a fear of isolation, a fear of kind of being alone. You know what I'm saying? That's something that comes with it. That's something that comes with it when we're talking about creating your own thought, being your own person, trend setting. It's going to come a time where you're going to have to be by yourself. You're going to have to cut out all the outside noise. You're going to have to stop talking to everybody that's telling you to do this, do that. You're going to have to cut all that out, and you're going to have to get by yourself. Because me personally, I'm going to speak from personal experience. When I find myself at a crossroad, or I find myself somewhere where I can't think past, what I've already laid out, I got to sit by myself. And something magical happens, man. I sit by myself. I sit in total silence. And a thought is born. And when that thought is born, it's something I can build on. You know what I'm saying? So when you sit with yourself, natural organic thought, natural organic creation starts to happen. And it comes straight from you. And when that happens, you got a solid foundation that you can build on, a solid idea, a solid strategy, a solid method that you can build on. This is what you want. This is what you want. You don't want to be sitting around here, oh, mine looks like theirs and theirs works, so mine will too. No. Because everybody does things the way that works for them. You have to find the way that works for you. And I find the best way to do that is isolation. You got to break away from the group, It's a group mentality that takes place naturally, I feel like, in any situation. When you hang around too many people or you be around too much, nonsense or things that's not aligned with what you're doing, it starts to influence you. It starts to push out everything that you got inside of you already, and it replaces it with all of that distraction. So don't be afraid to be by yourself, man. You ain't got to go to every event, you ain't got to go to every gathering. You ain't got to be around everybody, be in everybody's face all the time. Stick to yourself, figure out what works, give yourself a chance, you know what I'm saying? So, and I get it, man, to my thinkers, to my geeks, to that 1%, intelligence can feel lonely. It could feel like, damn, I'm the only person thinking like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, the mindset that I have, people don't seem to be gravitating toward. But I'm going to tell you something, man. When you got something real and pure, hold on to it. It's going to take you somewhere. It's going to do something. Just because everybody not on the train don't mean the train ain't going nowhere. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, man. You got to keep going. You got to keep moving, keep thinking, keep learning. Because the thinkers, those are the ones that change things. Those are the ones that change things. But that's neither here nor there, man. Like I say, don't be afraid to be by yourself. Don't be afraid to be a thinker. And a thinker sometimes requires loneliness. And that's cool. It come with it. It come with the territory. Another thing I think is very important, and it's something, that we kind of confuse, discipline versus motivation. Now, discipline is something that you got to have ingrained. You got to have that driven in. It is what it is. It's nothing you can't get around that. You got to be disciplined, and that comes with routine. That comes with repetition. It's a decision that you have to make with yourself that, hey, no matter how I'm feeling, no matter the emotion, no matter what's going on, the stressors, it's a task at hand. It's a mission to complete. I still got to get it done. That's discipline. You got to lock in. That's a decision within your mind and your heart that you already got to have established. That's just what it is. The things that we got going on, the things on our plate, the mission, the purpose that we here for is going to require discipline. We got to lock in. Now, see, motivation. Motivation is an emotional thing. Motivation is, that fuel, that fire. Motivation sometimes isn't always there. You know what I mean? Sometimes you don't always have that get up and go. And that's what it is. That's human. That happens. It is what it is. But we got to have that infinite reservoir of motivation, that infinite reservoir of inspiration. We always got to try to find ways to motivate ourselves. We always got to try to find ways to start that engine, even if the outside things aren't doing it for us. We got to, man, because we got things to do. So, get disciplined. You know what I'm saying? Get disciplined. Lock in. Figure out ways and different methods and different practices to stay locked in on the mission. Stay locked in on the mission. I'm always be here to help, you know what I'm saying? Any way I can. Any methods I apply to myself, to my business, to my creative process, I definitely share with you. I'm not a gatekeeper in that sense. We all trying to do things, we all trying to make it. So I'm going to help you. That's just what it is. That's just my code of ethics, I'm going to help, period. It don't matter. So, yeah, man, just to kind of summarize everything, like I say, man, we got to be exceptional. We got to succeed. We got to reach them goals we set for ourselves, and we got to set goals for ourselves, and like I say, some of the things that we got to do is, for one, get out that comfort zone. 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 Get uncomfortable. Alright? What my dog say, I heard somebody say it on the interview, man. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. You dig what I'm saying? Bro said that. I ain't gonna take credit. That was dope. I apply that to my own hustle now. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Right? Don't be conditioned by social things. Don't be conditioned by social media, by the people around you, by your circumstances. Think for yourself. Have your own mind. Be original. Be unique. All right. Don't be afraid to isolate. Don't be afraid to be alone. Don't be afraid to lock in by yourself and allow organic thought to occur. It's a beautiful thing. I'm telling you, man. Let that happen and build upon it. All right. Intelligence will feel lonely, but that's how you know you own something. That's how you know you got something good going. Build on it. Let it happen. Don't be afraid of it. Be by yourself. Think, learn, grow, and build, man. And last but not least, man, let's get disciplined. Let's get disciplined. Let's lock in a routine. Let's make it second nature. Let's make it muscle memory. Let's get disciplined with whatever we're doing, man. And let's keep a reservoir of inspiration. Let's figure out what makes us happy, what makes us get up and go. And let's create a bag of it. That way, anytime you feeling like that, you can just go in your bag. We good. Let's keep going. Yeah, I was down, but we up. Let's do it. Stay motivated. Stay disciplined. Stay ready. That's it, man. That's it. That's all I got for you. You know what I'm saying? Nothing too crazy, nothing too long. Just some tenets and some components I look at when it comes to being exceptional. If you dig this content, if you dig what we talking about today, if you dig how I gave it to you, you know what I'm saying? Like, subscribe, share. Like, subscribe, share. Let these folk know, man, the Geeks 1% Club is here, man. We rallying up all the geeks, all the thinkers. You know, if you in that small percentage of people that look at life differently, if you want to change things and you feel you know how, if you courageous enough to be yourself, master your craft, understand who you are, and you understand how to apply yourself to this world. If you a thinker, if you a researcher, if you a think tank, you know, you're not so physical, but you mental and you cerebral and you know, you methodical and you ready. This is the page for you. As always, man, make sure you change the perception one impression at a time. Join the club.
This that Geeks 1% Club. You can't sit with us, step up. Big brain, big data, big dog.